All right. Good morning, traders. How's everybody doing today? On this lovely Friday that we have. See BFRI getting a little pop up out the gate about a $1.60 run. That was a nice little run, so we'll keep that on watch. There's not much on my scanners right now, which tells you the market is not too pretty. INN starting to pop back up again too. But the good thing is, since we don't have that many stocks on the scanners, we don't have that many stocks to look at. So I drew his trend line on the SPY because it was holding up. It's kind of testing it right now. So I'd say if his trend line cracks, we're going to see some more dump off. And it being Friday, that's a possibility. ISIG with a big sell-off, almost back down to this trend line. Let me keep your eye on that too. Alright, well, this is basically the list I'm working with right here until something else pops up on the scanner. So that makes it easy. The CNTX looks like it may be downtrending. Does have the 200-day right below it on the 15-minute. I don't know if that's going to be a play or not. BRFI with a double top on this 15-minute as well at 650 strong resistance. Let's see if 550 can hold up as support. If 550 holds up as support, we may have an opportunity here, but let's see. Got to give it some time here first. So that 10-day. Let's see this daily chart one more time. This is a newer IPO too. Pretty low flow, only 14 million in shares. We're holding so far on this 15-minute. I kind of like INN too at the moment. Possible uptrend forming there. Which one of you is going to be the mover today? Or is anything going to be the mover? Being Friday, ooh, look at that. SPY's getting rejected at that trend line to try to get back above it, so we may be close to a drop. Ooh, well, no, everything's green right there. But if this drops anymore, everything's going to turn red. See, BFRI is trying to hold up here. We'll take a shot on it. Go 100 shares. Right at this 559. Trying to hold up this 10-day moving average and that 550 area. As long as 550 holds the support, I'm good with it. I may put a stop loss in though. 536. I'll be risking 23 bucks right there. For a possible move back up to 650, a whole dollar move, so I'll be risking basically $25 for $100, which is a good 5-to-1 ratio. It could continue to sell off, but if we hold this 550 here, we could see some action back in it. CNTX starting to curl up a little bit. Possible U-shape forming there. Got a re-break 7. I just don't like the downtrend. INN cracking down some more. I do like LGVN. See, on this 15-minute, it's tried to drop and go bearish, and some bulls pushing it back up there. Let's see, BRFI. This may not hold up here. Let's try. Still got 6 minutes on this candle, candle here to close above 550, the 15-minute down here. Good morning, Cecilian. Good morning, Lori. See if that SPY got back above the... Nope. It's trying to get back above that trend line. ISGI still selling off. BFRI still holding. I'm taking a shot here for this break of $7 to see if this can start running. I'm just kind of shooting a little bit everywhere at the moment because we don't know which one's going to rip, but we only got really 3 options, so might as well start building some positions here. Okay, we're over 560, over 7 on that one. Hold on just a second, guys. It's not the trend line on INN then, but still looking at INN, it broke its downtrend, so actually $5 might not be a bad entry there possibly. Let me go into some hour charts here and look. So BFRI still pushing up. There it is. There's the trend line on INN. Knew there was a trend line somewhere. It's back down at 450. 5 is starting to hold up. So I got halted earlier. BFI is starting to drop a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put the stop loss on BFRI. Let's move down just a little bit more for now. CNTX still just testing that area. Very low float too. CNTX needs to stay above 680. We need to break 7 too. A little double top there on the 5-minute. See, EFOI just popped up on the scanner. But I don't really like what I'm seeing there yet. I like INN because it's on this uptrend. Broke that little triangle downtrend. 478 is where the 10-day is on the hour chart. Let me go back to the 15-minute. And 475, still the same area. It's trying to hold up 5 at the moment. Needed to continue to hold 5. But if it drops down to this 475 or even 480, I'm going to be looking for an entry there because there's support. These two tops of these candles, it will support back through here at that 480. And then, like I said, 10-day on the 15-minute is at 475. So tons of support right up under this candle if that support can hold. It does look like it's starting to hold a little bit. I'm going to give this 15-minute candle a second to close. We got 20 seconds here. And then I may just look for an entry there too, possibly. ABVC, that's not popping up on my scanners, but I'll pull that over and put it on there. What's up, One Life? How's it going, buddy? PFRI just barely holding up. I'm going to move that stop loss up. So I don't want to take too much of a loss. Let's see. What's that? 544, 531. That's still going to be quite a bit. All right. A little bit of a double bottom on the 15 on INN. Yeah, I'm going at this $5 area. So I'm in there at 506. Sitting at 475, I risk about 25 on this one. Go ahead and put that stop loss in so I ain't gonna worry about it too much. Since I'm playing with 3 right now, I don't want to have anywhere the stop losses could crack. CNTX looking very close to breaking 7. If this candle can push over 7 here, we're gonna see a nice push on up, probably that 740 area. And BFRI still trying to hold that 550 area. INN starting to push off of that $5 area. Do not want it to crack below 5. And SPY's pushing up. So we do have the trend in our favor at this moment. And then coming, give it another strong test, that $5 support. Buyers still coming in to hold it up. But if we don't get off of $5 here soon, buyers are not going to want to keep coming in. They're going to want to come in down where I was talking about at this 10-day and 50-day. But they're still coming in at the moment. Oh yeah, I didn't look at ABVC. So that was doing nothing. Had a random pop there. Had a distribution deal yesterday. So that's getting a little action on it. CNTX. Not able to break 7. Yet. Needs to push up. See, ISG's down on the trend line. That may be another possible play. I don't have enough to get any shares, but keep an eye on it. If the doji's out here at $20 and we start seeing a green candle push up above that little doji, could be a decent bounce play coming on that. Looks like CNCX may be done. INN pulling all, so INN is pulling back to this 10-day moving average. Yep, getting bought right up off it. You can see it hit that 10-day. Buyers coming back in a little bit. Yeah, our ISIG with already $1 bounce off of that trend line. Should have waited this stuff out. See, the spot is still pushing up. See if 475 is gonna hold. It may reach down and hit my stop loss. It's super close. Yeah, look how close that was. Super close, but I've got it right up under that 10-day, so that 10-day is trying to hold. Well, yeah, that's just continuing to sell off. Alright, well, there's not really much going on, so I'm just going to sit here and watch these 3 positions. None of them may go green. They're all kind of struggling at the moment. What's up, Lightning Rick? Good morning, Mike B. Crypto fire sale continues. Yeah. I haven't actually looked at the crypto charts yet this morning, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on there yet. I do know God's token's up to $6 getting listed on Coinbase yesterday. Actually, it's over 618. But if you've been following the crypto channel, you know I've been super heavy bullish on God's Unchained, and I'm going to continue to be because I think there's a lot of value there yet to be tapped. And God's is the top gainer today, up 27%. But yeah, everything else kind of down at the moment. You are not wrong. Definitely a fire sale in the Cosmos ecosystem. So bouncing off of my stop loss. Luckily, this time the market maker did not grab my stop loss. We've seen the last 2 weeks where market makers have been snatching my stop loss left and right as soon as I put them in or put them close to the area. Like they just keep reaching it down, but they didn't on that one, so that's a good sign. Buyers are in control of this still, even though it looks a little rough. This 5-minute candle just needs to pop back up to 5. We start testing 5 again and can re-break that. We'll be all right there. BFRI is starting to push back up again, so we're starting to go green there. Although, well, actually, look at this. This is what I want to see. This is beautiful. Perfect little uptrend forming there. So we just want to see BRFI just right up that trend line. CNTX coming close to 7, 696 on the ask. Maybe starting to have a little bit of action now. Very nice pattern here. Indecision right on top of the trend line, followed by a bullish candle. Although we do need this bullish candle to get up over the tops right over there of about 570. You can see it's kind of getting held up in that area at the moment. We need to see a break over that if it's going to move. CNTX popping over 7 right now. INN is the only one not cooperating yet. Still looking good on BFRI. And we testing at 570 right now. We did get a little wick up to 573. CNTX pushing up. At 750 here is going to be strong resistance. It breaks 750 though, this thing could start running again. Got all the way up to 984 in pre-market. If buying doesn't start coming in here on INN, I'm going to cut this loss. Could stop me out too if it drops below 475. So we got all the way up to 720. CNTX. I'm super close to cutting this loss. Because it may come all the way back down to 450. It's trying to hold that 10-day, but really weak. There's some buyers at 468. Now we're on 468. If they get taken out, I'm getting stopped out. Yeah, I got stopped out there anyway. Okay, whatever. It's a little bit more of a loss than I wanted to take, but we got these two guys moving, so if one of these gets a nice rip, then that loss will not matter whatsoever. So we're hitting the EMAs, the downtrend, everything right now. All types of resistance at 750 that we got to break. BFRI, you just keep doing your thing, buddy. I'll move that stop loss up a little bit. Let's focus on CNTX here. Let's see if we're going to get a bigger break or not. See, real quick, let's check the SPY. SPY still looking okay. We are getting a little rejection so far at the downtrend. Of course. ABVC starting to go sideways a little bit of consolidation, but we still have this downtrend on the daily charts, basically a flag pattern, or not daily chart, but on the 15-minute. Got to break this flag pattern. Basically, if it can re-break 4, it could start moving again. Okay, so even with that pullback, buyers still coming in here, pushing it back up to the trend line. BFRI, don't you crack that trend line. You stay on it. You stay on that trend line. You ride it like you're supposed to. Don't you even think about turning around on me right now. You gotta talk to your stocks. It's my number one. My number one rule. You gotta talk to them, or sometimes you have to serenade them. So if I get to serenading for you guys over here in Share Vision, don't worry, that's a normal thing for me to serenade stocks. You gotta serenade your stocks and marinate your steaks. Come on, you're so close at 750. And this thing will be extremely bullish if this breaks over this. Because, I mean, the 50-day, the 10-day, the downtrend, and that 740 area right there, and then 750, bunch of resistance here. But if we bust through all of this, then it may get special out here. Good morning, Ruben. So we're hitting that 750 right now. Getting rejected on the first tap. BFRI still slowly climbing up his trend line. I like it. It's trying to hold 575 area. That starts holding there. We'll look good. CNTX pushing through 750. Let's see where next resistance is at. Boy, this is major resistance. It might take a little bit to get through this. Because looking back, there's resistance at 750 right through there as well. But once we break 750, looks like we got room to about 827, maybe 850. We basically need to see this 15-minute candle close over 750. And we got 10 minutes for this candle to do it, so a lot of time. It does look like we're holding so far. Now we're starting to push up. Got to push over 760. Just trying. I don't know. We may. Yeah, you just see we're just getting held up between 750 and 760 right now. A lot of indecision here. BFRI about to push over this little doji, this little indecision. Break a 580, we might see it up back to 6 here soon. There it goes, starting to break 580. We got us some action. Okay, we are getting rejected pretty strong here. Do I want to lock this out or give it a chance? I'm going to give it till this 15-minute candle closing before I make a move on that. CNTX pulling back about that 711 area. Yep, it is time to get up and get going, Ruben. Ooh, wait a minute. SPY cracking that downtrend could not hold. So we are going against the trend at the moment. So that may mess things up. So right when the SPY cracked, that's when CNTX cracked. But now that we broke over at 7 resistance, we want to see $7 hold as support. That old resistance of $7 needs to turn into new support. INN still hasn't dropped off there.
It just only came down and hit the wick. Well, now it may start dropping off. ABVC still filling out this triangle. Looks like it may be getting ready to try to push over 4 soon. Thanks. Thanks, Lauren. Exactly like Lauren said. Smash that like button like it's Becky. I don't know who Becky is, but apparently, according to Lauren, she needs to be smashed. So, One Life, you are the moderator who does all the smashing. Go over there and take care of Becky. Alright, so CNTX still holding up. BFRI starting to crack this trend line a little bit. That indecision followed by this bear candle is not pretty. So this 5-minute candle here is going to have to jump back above the trend line if we're going to continue this upward momentum. But right now, the way that just closed on these two candles, we now have a way to connect this downtrend, which is not really what we want to see. So it's a little sketchy at the moment. She's a changed bird. She likes chickens. I have no idea what we're talking about anymore. Yeah, BFRI looking, well, the 10-day is still right there on the 15-minute. So even though it is looking a little weak, as long as buyers come in here and push it right back over 550, should be good. But we drop below 545, that'll be all she wrote. Everything's starting to turn around. If the market starts dumping, it could be problematic. It could ruin all the patterns. Let's see. I know I read some stupid headlines on the SPY this morning. We got some crypto headlines. What are they talking about on the SPY while we're just waiting for those to do the thing? Some ETF providers bet that this $800 billion industry in 2024 is fund investing's new frontier. Charles Gasparino tweets, "I'd be careful with this story I reported about a month ago and was unconvinced it was something serious." I don't know what he's talking about. Probably old Ghislaine Maxwell would be my guess. Supreme Court allows Texan abortion law to remain in place, but says providers can sue. That's just okay. Experts react to 6.8 CPI inflation. A shocking number. Yeah, real shocking. Real shocking. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel. I called inflation being higher since the beginning of this year. And look at him. I think I even called it before the beginning of this year. But 6.8. Surprise, surprise. Who would have ever thought? That's your experts right there. So I don't put much faith in experts, because I'm usually right before the experts even know what the hell they're talking about. So And like I said, I'm just a guy. I'm not even trying to be right. Just, it's just obvious. Oh, this one right here. This is the headline I saw that I wanted to make a point about, because this headline is the absolute funniest headline that I've seen in a while. House Democrats find in 3-year investigation that drug prices are unsustainable, unjustifiable, and unfair. Do they not go to the doctor? I could have went to the doc. I mean, all it took was going to the doctor one time for me and getting a bill a month later to know that there's some things wrong with our medical system. But it took them a 3-year investigation. A 3-year investigation using our tax dollars. And this is why I am a advocate of cryptocurrencies and everybody adopting crypto as their main use of currency instead of the US dollar, because these people in power are all full of crap. There's no way it would have took 3 years to figure that out, but it cost tax dollars money, so of course the longer they could draw it out. And they know, they make the laws. They know they're invested in the pharma companies. They know. Like, it's just so sad. Just pitiful. AVCT, Brian C's calling now and now. It's another one that's not popping up on my scanners. One of my scanners even working. Maybe it's just the stock market's not working. AVCT. That's been a decent climber so far. $1.13 move on a cheap stock. Got a nice uptrend there. How's the daily chart look? No, I have a problem with this daily chart. And if you get in right now, you are literally in the middle of no man's land. Because you've got the 200 at $4, which more than likely is not going to break. Because it's coming down from $2 up to... It would have to double in price today to even get to $4. And if it did that, we know this 200 day is going to be super stupid strong. So I'd say that one's close to being done. I mean, it could run up that 4, but yeah, 67 million shares in the float. So yeah, I don't know how much more this has got. But it was a good call out, calling it out a little bit earlier before that pop. We'll keep an eye on it. So we're still kind of fumbling around $7 in this downtrend. Good thing is we haven't dumped yet on CNTX. It's like we're forming a bit of a wedge. And BFRI was able to, let me go back to the 15-minute, because I think, yeah, BFRI was able to hold that 10-day at 550. We kind of almost dojied indecision here, followed by this possible bullish candle if it closes bullish. Let's see, PTPI just popped up on the scanner. Another $2.50 stock running 50 cents. So we're getting some lower price stocks that are actually moving. And that one is above the 200. 268 is the 200. We came from about 230. So the 200 is still going to act like a magnet, even though we've pushed through it, because we're just pushing through it today. More than likely, we're going to see it try to keep close to there. It could rip if it continues to move up on this trend line right here that it's got. It could rip. But let's see, is the daily chart. But even if it does rip, I think we'll see it pull back to the 200 at some point. There's a perfect little triangle here on BFRI. ABVC starting to slowly pop out of the triangle. Through one little wick up there up to 406. And you see AVCT coming back down some. No concern though is the SPY. You see the SPY still selling off. But we're still not turning that red yet on the heat map. So that's what I'm kind of waiting for. Okay. Slow plays today. Besides the few quick pops that we've seen on AVCT and ABVC. Trading has been depressing lately. Excuse me. You'll have these, you're going to have these weeks throughout the year where it's slow and dead like this. Or it's choppy. It's just right now we're at the end of the year with the holidays and all of that and taxes and there's a bunch of things going on with the economy, high inflation and all of that. So it's just the rough times are reflecting kind of in the stock market. Not really. But because of all that combined, you are getting a lot of indecision from traders and investors. They're skittish. And they have a good idea to be skittish. Let's see, Ruben. The only way for a single world government is through blockchain, but if the government came out and started to push blockchain, then no one trusts it, so the government is using reverse psychology to control the narrative of crypto until they have their plan up and going. That is definitely a conspiracy theory. I do almost agree with you, though. I think the governments are trying to do, I believe they do want to try to do one world government. They've told us that. They live streamed it on YouTube. If you've not checked into the Davos conference and the Great Reset and those loonies over there, Google, Facebook, Apple, Goldman Sachs, a lot of the big names are a part of that, and they live streamed it right on YouTube. They want one world government. But even if it was their plans to try to use Bitcoin or whatever to come up with this whole crypto goal of world domination, if you want to call it that, the decentralized projects that exist are going to cause them issues. Again, I think Pandora's box has been opened, and they thought they can control it, and then they learned that, oh yeah, that's right. Humans are resilient. Humans are resourceful. So humans just started creating their own blockchains and cryptos against, whatever else. And it's just everywhere. It's in every sector and everything now. So, there is a kind of a tug of war between. See, CNTX is starting to crack. May have to hop out here. SPY giving up some more. Maybe that trend line's more like that. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe I just have my trend line drawn a little too close. Yeah, this green candle followed by this bearish candle is not a good sign. This is a bearish engulfing. This candle's bigger than the previous green one, engulfing the whole thing. AVCT still alright above that trend line. Same thing with PPTI. Wow, ABVC is not doing anything. I mean, it had to pop, but not. I guess it needs more volume, not a lot of volume on it. Okay, so. Let me go back into the 15-minute here. Ooh, on that 15-minute, this looks real bad. We got 5 minutes. We may be getting out here. Hmm. 4 minutes. I'm very close to cutting this. BFRI back up to the 575 area. Well, Daniel B's conspiracy theory is that cryptos are flowers. They're actually tulips. They're tulip bulbs, and you can plant a. If you plant a Bitcoin in the ground, it will go. It will grow into a nice Bitcoin tree, and it has these little Bitcoin honeysuckle type things that you can pick off and just suck on them. That's his. Mike B, what about AMC? What's happening with AMC? You know I don't pay attention to these crazy meme stocks. God, yeah, I don't know what you're asking me about about AMC, but this thing is just continuing to come back down like it should be. There's no reason for it to be worth this much. Oh, ignore that. Ignore anything you hear about AMC or GameStop with being a squeeze play. This has been going on. This has been going on for the whole entire year. Wall Street bet apes have been thinking that they're beating up Wall Street institutions and stuff and short squeezing them out of positions. The short squeeze already happened. This was the short squeeze right here when this thing ripped from 15 to 72. There ain't no more short squeeze happening. All you have left now is bag holders who got in up at 72 who are looking at this, still trying to tell people. I'm laughing because it's unbelievable how many people believe that AMC is going to, they talking about conspiracy theories. That's a conspiracy theory. No, don't listen to none of this. Anything you hear on social media, especially mainstream media, if you're like starting to see it everywhere, like, oh, AMC short squeeze or GameStop this or Bitcoin that, a lot of it's BS. There's a lot of people on social media who don't even know the first bit about technical analysis who will tell you that AMC is a great buy. And I'm not telling you to buy or sell. I'm just telling you that AMC is trash. That's what I'm telling you. This company should have went bankrupt. If it wasn't for the short squeeze, they would have went bankrupt. The government was going to bail them out, to try to bail them out with more money printing. So don't pay any attention to that. Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, exactly like One Life said. The One Life said everything I said. The people still holding AMC are bag holding at this point. What reason does AMC have to go up? It's a movie theater company. They got destroyed during COVID. They were closed for a year and a half. But here's the kicker. It wasn't because of COVID that AMC got destroyed and was going bankrupt. AMC is ran by a shitty CEO and is ran garbage. They were in massive, massive amounts of debt because they were building, the theaters everywhere, and then Netflix and all that came out, and they didn't pivot or try to do anything to compete with that. So they were just getting destroyed. I mean, every time I would go buy an AMC or something, if I'm going into the mall or whatever, I'd look, and it just empty. And this is before COVID. It would just be empty. Back when I was in high school, going to the movies was hot. AMC, that's kind of when they were really making some money. But nowadays, man, most people don't even want to leave their home. I mean, that's why Grubhub and DoorDash exist. Why do you want to go sit in a nasty theater with popcorn and sticky shit all over the ground and some guy in the back row getting, having a time with his... well, you know where I'm going with this. When you could be at home sitting on your nice comfy couch in your clean house, and you can watch it on your big screen TV, and you can pause it when you want to go take a bathroom break. The ultimate convenience is at home. So logically, it doesn't even make sense. Like, at this point in this day and age with technology advancements, like, who wants to go to a place to do that? Bro, you'll never go to the movies again. I seriously haven't been to the movies in, man, I don't even know. It's been years upon years. And BRFI is breaking out, by the way, right now. Sorry. It did break this downtrend. It's coming up to 6 right now. So let's see if it can break 6. If it can break 6, it can really start running. Yeah, and exactly. Exactly, might be. That was the other point that I was getting to, is who wants to pay $20 for a thing of popcorn when you can buy a $3 box of popcorn that makes 6 packs at the grocery store? Well, we got 6.8% inflation, so that box of popcorn is probably now like $3.87 or something. But still, it's still a way better deal I mean, you just being at home, you save money and everything. Like the benefits of watching a movie at home are just outweigh the benefits to going to a movie. Now, if they would use their little brain holes that got them to be the big company they are, they would have, or maybe they are now since they raised all that money from the short squeeze. If they were to pivot to something more like maybe focus on states where cannabis is legal, maybe make a movie theater where you're allowed to smoke cannabis in it and you have munchies that are delivered to the seats, something like that, then you might have something that's not been around before that might be able to help AMC, or just something other than, all right, we've been out of business for a year and a half, we almost went bankrupt, let's go back to exactly what we were doing beforehand. Now, I do know that AMC is going to accept Shiba as a payment, but once again, who is going to the movies? Are people going to go to the movies just so they can pay in Shiba? Like that. I mean, maybe they will. People are crazy, so people might just go see a movie just so they can so they can say they paid in Shiba Inu, but. You went 3 weeks ago. Well, One Life, you're like 75 years old. You still go to the movies because you remember back in the day the drive-in theaters. It's probably where you lost your virginity at, was the drive-in theaters, old man. Teenagers go? I mean, let me ask you this. Did you have to wait in line for your movie ticket to buy it, One Life? How long did you wait to buy that movie ticket? How long did you wait in line? Oh, CNTX is cracking. I do need to get out of that. Y'all got me distracted over here. Talking about this trash can AMC. While I'm losing on this other trash can CNTX. So on this one, I'm just gonna drop. I mean, I'm only risking like $12 on this one. I'm just gonna put a little stop loss right under the trend line there. 664. Let's do that. Yeah. No, actually, a little bit lower. For now. What y'all telling me to sell? What are you telling me to sell? Was it CNTX you were worried about? I'm not worried about BFRI. It's just still climbing up this trend line. It did get rejected at 6, but I mean, it's just slowly making its way. Nice little movements. We're not having any big dips down or anything. Trend line's holding nicely. And we're just trying to find support at this 575 area for another test of 6. Nothing I need to jump on and sell at the moment. I'm all good. Yeah. You buy it online, yeah. You fixing to watch Spider-Man either legally or in theaters? Yeah, man, I like the new Spider-Man. I don't like the Tobey Maguire one. None of that, man. I always just kind of thought, and actually the ones with the other guy, the ones after Tobey Maguire, I hadn't even watched. So, the new guy is truly Peter Parker. Like, he plays that role very, 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 very well, extremely well. And we're testing 6. We might be getting a break here. Let's see. Tapping at it. Come on. Starting to take them out. Let's go. Come on. A little bit more. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. And then we're starting to push up very nicely here. Big buyer came in over 615. He did just get taken out. Now if we can start holding 6 as support, we should get a push up to the 650 area. We're looking all right here. Yeah, see, we're still trying to hold $6 as support. That's why we're coming back down to it. $6 confirms as support. New buyers will come in. They'll be like, okay, this thing is back over 6. Starting to approach that high. We may want to jump in this thing. Why would you think BFRI? What is giving you an indicator that BFRI is going to drop down, Sicilian? Like, what are you looking at that is making you say that? Because I'm not seeing anything. I mean, it isn't a little bit of a downtrend, but this little downtrend is on the 5-minute. You look at the overall chart on the daily, we're in an uptrend. And there's not much resistance up until 7. So right now, like I said, we're just holding that $6 support. Buyers are starting to like that, and they're starting to come back in. Now at 650, where all this congestion is at, I'll start to think about selling. But if 650, if it breaks right through 650, which is a possibility, then, you know, whatever. But we're above 6 right now. We're holding it, so no reason to worry about it at the moment. Look at there. CNTX still slowly climbing up that little trend line. Not really where I want it yet. Yeah, just because the market is sketchy and stuff doesn't mean that we can't have breakouts. It's just we don't want to see, you know, if we're in a stock that's uptrending, and then the SPY turns around like this and starts downtrending, there's a good possibility, especially when they have these hard yanks, hard yank down like this. On this candle in that short amount of time, that's what affects the patterns. The overall daily pattern, though, on BFRI, it had that big run up. It's consolidated over a week now, and it's curling back up, but still above all the EMAs. So even with what the market's done, this is bullish on the daily chart. So it is kind of running against the market at this moment. But you will have stocks that will do that. There's always a possibility of that. Let's see. But I'm thinking about... So we are getting a little selling pressure. 625 is actually holding up as a little resistance. I wasn't expecting that to really hold, but it is. CNTX, man, this thing, yeah, this is about to crack. It held up last time, but you see, it tried to hold 3 times and then cracking down. I am probably, oh, never mind. There's the stop right there. I was just about to say I'm probably about to cut this loss now because I'm tired. It's not doing its thing. I've been in. See, that's a problem when I was waiting for CNTX to break out. It had this push up, but then gave up, and then since it just gave up, it's just dying off, and it took way too long. Like, how long did I hold this from 9 to 10? And from 9 to 10, we had one little pop, and then, nothing much else going on. We pretty much lost all that momentum. So let's focus on BFRI since this is the last one here. I'm going to take the stop loss out for the moment because I'm going manual. Going to be market ordering out. We are starting to crack 6 a little bit. And we have a new confirmed downtrend right there. So if we don't hold 6 here and break out, then we are going to come back down to about 575. And then if it can hold the trend line there, we can see it bounce back up and break later. There's the rejection. See, what is the SPY doing at the moment? SPY still selling off. That downtrend is cracked. Over the last few days, SPY is just between a channel of 470 and a channel of 465. And there we are. There's the drop back down to the trend line. So let's make sure it holds up. Failed to hold 6 on the first break above. Look back at the 15. Let's see, we got... See, now I'm concerned a little bit with the SPY. The spot, let's see that market watch. Yeah, market watch is starting to turn a little bit more red. SPY needs to hold up here soon. I'll go ahead and put my stop loss back in just in case it does have a quick yank down like because of the SPY. But I think we're still good to go on this. 15 minutes, still riding up the 10-day. Even when we touched it, we're immediately bought up. Look at this. This is already... The buying on this 15-minute candle is starting to push the bottom of the body all the way back above this one. So we'll see how this closes, but we still got 13 minutes on this candle. And Sicilian probably was right. I might should have just locked that out, really. Would have been basically break even on the day, but if this thing doesn't hold up here, this is going to be another loss instead of break even. Is anything else doing anything? No. ABVC sold off. CNTX sold off. EFIO sold off. Don't even know why I'm looking at AMC because I know it's selling off. AVCT possibly still hanging in there. ABVC, yeah, like I said, that one's done. LGVN, that one just collapsed today. So at least BFRI and CNTX, like I said, is done. INNN, that one is probably done. Below the EMAs on the 15. And then ISIG, that one done. So the only thing that is moving right now is BFRI. So if anything's going to rip, this is the only thing that has the best chance to rip from what I'm seeing, because I'm not seeing anything else. Now, if BFRI cracks right here, then we're pretty much done today. Let's see. We got a lot of different things, a lot of comments. Let me get to real quick. Just got some trash talking from One Life and Daniel B. Robert Kiyosaki's not a scammer. What is he scam? I mean, his book changed my life. Reading that book changed my perspective on finances and everything like that. I hear a lot of people call him a scammer, but anybody like Robert Kiyosaki or Peter Schiff, who is kind of an economist or investor, anytime they go bearish, anytime they go against the trend and they buck the trend and say that the market is going to crash, and the market doesn't immediately crash that day or that week, everybody comes out of the woodwork and starts going, "Oh, they're scammers and liars." It's just like I've been saying it for a year and a half now that the market is going to crash, and One Life keeps arguing with me about it and saying that I'm doom and glooming and all that stuff. Like, I'm not. I'm just reading what the charts say. That doesn't make me a scammer because you disagree with me. So I have not seen anything out of Kiyosaki. I watch his Rich Dad Poor Dad podcast all the time. He has great guests on that talk about great stuff. I don't see why I would be a scammer. I mean, if you have some information to present to me that would show that he is a scammer, then I would definitely look at it and I would change my mind. But might be the SPY is the S&P 500 index. So the S&P 500 index, similar to the DIA and a couple of other indexes, are basically just a group of stocks. So the SPY is mainly Facebook, Apple, these big ones that you see green there. And it's a basket of a lot of stocks to kind of see the overall movement and trends of the market. So like the SPY is not one stock. It's a fund with multiples in there. And in a second here, let me pull up TradingView and I'll show you what I mean. I can show you on Thinkorswim, but it's a lot uglier on Thinkorswim. It's easier to do it from here. So there's the SPY. Come on, load up TradingView. And then let's go into... No, actually, how did I... Maybe it is Thinkorswim. I'll find that through. Oh, it may be Thinkorswim, actually. Let's see. How's BFRI doing? Okay, BFRI is still okay. Holding the trend line, climbing up. Oh, yeah. Never mind. I'm being stupid. I think it's... which one is it? Is it Market Watch? It's quotes. No. Analyze. That's what it is. Fundamentals. So right here is the top 20 holdings that are inside the SPY. So you see Apple is the most. They've got 169 million shares of Apple in this fund. Then Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Tesla, Google again, Nvidia, Facebook, Berkshire Hathaway, Chase, Home Depot, which is a weird one, Johnson & Johnson. But that's just the top 20 holdings. So these funds basically allow for you to have exposure without to all those big stocks without having to pay for all those big stocks. I'm not a fan of them, but I use the SPY just as a overall indicator of the market movement for the day and for the week. Because the SPY is what most people use. But you can use the Dow Jones. You can use DIA. There's a bunch of different ones. They're all going to be a little bit different because of the funds that's holding them. But yeah. Let's see. Let me go back over here to BFRI. Make sure this thing is not going to die on me. Ugh. And it may crack. We're coming back and testing the trend line again. We're starting to crack the trend line. Let's see, is the SPY pulling back at the same time? No, SPY is actually, well, maybe. If it gets rejected there, it could pull back down. So BFRI, close to hitting my stop loss. If it does not come back above that trend line there, then this is done. Still not that red yet in the market, though. ISIG, if it can break back above 20, that could be a possible play. It's had a sell-off all day, but coming down to the 200 on the 15-minute, curling around and trying to break back over 20 right at the moment. Let me get back to reading these comments. See, I'm going to throw this out here. I'm going to throw this out here for you guys who are knocking on Kiyosaki. When you're at that level, your haters are always poorer than you. So, Daniel B., I see you in One Life going hard on Kiyosaki right now. and even Peter Schiff, which Peter Schiff is 100% verifiable. Peter Schiff owns Euro Pacific Capital, which is a millions and millions of dollar company. Now, is Robert Kiyosaki verified? I mean, do I know how many properties he rents? No, but I know he sells a lot of books, and I know that he sells a lot of people's dreams. I'm aware of that. That's what he says in his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's all about the perspective. Because you can either be on one side where you are the consumer, or you can be on the other side where you are a producer. And if you are a producer, you are putting out something that people are willing to buy. People are willing to buy Robert Kiyosaki's books, his lessons, and courses. That does not make him a scammer just because he put that financial information out there. It's really good information, but I mean, like One Life said, everybody with a platform has an agenda. So that doesn't make them a scammer. Remember, it's survival of the fittest out here. And Daniel B., you telling people to stop being in the crypto world is literally mind-boggling crazy. So am I going to listen to Robert Kiyosaki, who has, way more exposure and more than likely way more money than I do? Or am I going to listen to Daniel B., some random guy on a live stream on YouTube? So that's what I'm saying. And it's the same thing with me, I'm not a rich millionaire, but I'm not on here telling you guys to just listen to me. I tell you guys, go do your own research. Don't follow me. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't trade what I'm trading unless you know why you're getting in a stock. Because I can easily take a loss. If you follow what I do, I mean, you could easily, without a shadow of a doubt, I guarantee I have been called a scammer before because somebody probably has come in the live stream who's done no research on me. They saw me in a trade. They probably jumped in it thinking, oh, this guy is, he's on YouTube, so he's got to be good at trading. And the trade falls apart. We just saw 2 trades fall apart earlier. And this one, BFRI, may fall apart as well. Well, I guarantee somebody has come in and bought a stock that just fell apart, and then they said that I was a scammer. In fact, I actually think I remember that. I've been called... I don't even sell anything besides t-shirts, and I've been called a scammer. So, like anybody, it's always somebody else who doesn't have the money or the fame or whatever that is going to point the finger and call somebody a scammer. And, Robert Kiyosaki sells books. What else do you think he's going to do? That's what he does. He sells books and courses. That's not scamming. That's just what he does. So, let's see. Might be, no, not really. Not. It's not that those stocks have influence over the market. It's there's so many stocks in those index funds in the SPY that with those stocks rising and dropping, the SPY will move according to the weight of the ones that are the most weighted. So, you see Google, Apple, Facebook, those are pretty much the stock market right now. Like the amount that the SPY holds of Facebook and all of that is way heavier than any other amount of stock. So all the rest of the stock is not going to... all the rest of the stocks, well, I'm not going to say it's not going to, but could or could not affect the SPY movement at all. Like it's very possible for it just to be Apple, Facebook, and Google moving the entire stock market up or down. Those have some weight over the market, but that's because they are heavily weighted. Because most, I would say, of the money in the SPY is probably we know in the SPY it's in those But I would say most of the money just in general in the overall stock market is probably going to be in those top stocks because Amazon's $2,000 a share. So we know that there's a tons of shares of out there that people hold of Amazon, and people continue to buy it, for $2,000 or whatever. So there's got to be a lot more money in those big things. So it's not so much about the stocks themselves. Break it down simple to more of a how's the money moving. That's what I look at. I'm looking at how is the money moving through the markets. So when I look at the SPY on a daily chart, pull this up here, I can see right through here and even up to that point where the market started weakening to this point here, and we're seeing the volume starting to turn red. We get a couple little green days, but then the selling volume starts ramping up. So you could tell the SPY was more than likely going to drop right here just because all the money's leaving out. If all the selling volume 3 days before this drop is red selling volume, the market's closing to an imbalance to the sell side, well, more than likely they're going to keep selling and you're going to get these pullbacks like this. Same thing happened here. You look at the volume profile. We were just going sideways. We had that initial pop through here, and you can see all these green buying volume bars. You actually can't see it. Damn, hold on. Let me pull this up. There we go. So now you can kind of see it. Actually, here, let me just take that banner off so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Hold on just a second. Bam. There you go. All right. So, to get back to what I was saying, where are we at? Oh, yeah. So, right here, you can see we had the initial run-up, some buy-in volume there through those days. Right when we started getting to this point, right here, 3 days a row of selling. And you got those 3 red candles. So that's a good indicator that we're probably going to have more selling. And then same thing on this point right here. We were running up. See the run up from October 14th to, what is that, November 4th. See a lot more buying volume. And then as we're approaching closer to this tip right here, the buying volume starts slowing down, and then on November 5th on this candle, we have a lot more selling volume come in, and then we should get another day of selling volume. So the volume is just the amount of transactions in a day. So simply enough, the volume is the amount of money flowing in and out of the stock market during a day. So we want to see, with uptrends, we want to see the money flowing upwards. But you look right here where we're at on the SPY at the current moment where we've got this little curve, and you look down at the volume profile, what's going on here? Big selling pressure. We had a few days of buying to get this little pop back up, but look at here, last 2 days we're starting to turn red again. So now Monday is the weekend, I have no idea, but more than likely I'd say we'll see a pullback on Monday. But knowing if the money is flowing in and out of the market, if money's flowing in the market and we're uptrending, well, then that means money's going to be flowing to these stocks that we're day trading, right? Right now there's not a lot of money flowing into the stock market because on this scanner here, we only have 3 stocks that's on there now. We had 4 to start the day out with. We had 5 or 6 for a minute, and now we're back down to 3. And the top gainer on this list is 17%, which is BFRI. So we see that money is starting to come out possibly today, especially with this downtrend. So if there's no money coming in, then more than likely to the overall market, then more than likely we're not going to see much of a rip at this point on that. I just lost my entire chart of the SPY. There we go.
What did I do here? Come here. So it's all about the money flow. Where is the money going? Where is the big money going? Where's the majority of the money going? Whose money is going where? Because, like, if you've been following Nancy Pelosi, she's got a hell of an investment team because they've been killing it. Like, if it's Nancy Pelosi's money, where's that money going? Because most of the time, if her money goes in something, it's going to go up. So that's why I say, where's the money going? Whose money is going where? When is the money going? So when, where, and who? Because we don't really need to know how. We know how the money moves. It goes through the exchanges and all of that. So we are very close to cracking on BFRI here, but we are still holding up. If we drop below this, well, basically, if we drop below 550, this is over with. I'm actually going to bring my stop loss just down a little bit. Not much. Just because I don't want it to reach down there like these market makers have been doing. ISIG still ripping up. So if you caught ISIG off of that bounce, nice job. That was a good play. About $1.50 so far that thing ran. All right. Let me find. Hold on. I'm trying to catch up on these comments. Yeah, that is true. Anytime cash touch, well, pretty much you do have to. I mean, even if you don't pay a lot of taxes out of your check, your state has sales tax, so you're still going to spend your money on food because you got to survive, and a lot of states tax on food, which is. I don't personally think the government should be able to tax consumer food. That is a wild tax to me. Personally, but okay, Daniel B is high on throne. His lifestyle is for him. Sometimes he gets carried away pushing his own agendas on others, what he thinks their downfall is. It is about equity. You're exactly right. What is my agenda, Lauren? Well, I'm with you there, One Life. I think there is, well, it's not an older. If you listen to Peter Schiff and Kiyosaki, they will tell you what's wrong with the government. They will tell you the problems and issues, especially Peter Schiff, with these economic policies. So I wouldn't say it's an old narrative, but instead of choosing and saying I would rather listen to a 20-year-old telling me about NFTs than Kiyosaki telling me about, or Peter Schiff some old guy telling me about the market going to crash, why not listen to both? See, that's what I do. I listen to multiple sources and make my own decisions and do my own research. I just don't listen to stuff and go off of what they're saying. I go and listen to different sides of the story, different ages of people, different backgrounds of people, people from other places in the country, other places in the world, because to truly educate yourself, you have to put that pride to the side, which I know, Daniel B., it's so hard to do. It's so hard for you to put that pride to the side. But put your pride to the side, learn everybody else's perspectives, right? See what everybody else is saying, do your own research, Because once again, we're going to go all the way back to the humans and doing what humans do. Psychology. We talk about this all the time. What is the psychology of the stock market? What is the psychology of the retail traders? So it's the same thing. If I'm looking at all these different perspectives of young people, old people, all of that different stuff, well, what am I actually doing? I'm getting psychological profiles on each of these people, like Robert Kiyosaki, Peter Schiff, Crypto Cito, Liam from Confident in Crypto, Sean Deckmar, Ross Cameron, all these different people. I'll watch some of their stuff, get their perspectives to see, okay, what are they trading? What is it that they're doing? Why are they doing it? And when I understand what is going on in their brain, well, now I have one more person that I understand in the whole scope of all the people. And by constantly doing this and breaking down the people you're watching psychologically, you are going to give yourself an advantage over all the people out there trading in the market who do not look at it from a psychological standpoint. So, very important. I was called a shill. I probably was called a shill. I know I've also been said that I was called a scammer before. That's the day where I was going off. I was like, what am I scamming? What am I doing that's scamming anybody? I don't even sell anything. One Life, you want a free shirt giveaway for the holiday? Well, let's do it. Let's give away a free shirt today. Maybe. I need to go and check how I can do that from the Teespring app that I use. Let's wait today. Remind me next week. We'll do either a crypto giveaway or a shirt giveaway or something. Giveaway next week. You guys just remember. Just remind me so I don't forget. Wealthy people don't lose money ever. Lightning Rick Gods is ripping. Woo! 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 It is ripping. Oh! Oh! See, guys, and this is God's token right now. I know we're in the stock stream. I'm in this other thing, but it's not really doing anything right now. It looks like it's probably going to crack. But God's token, if you've been following me on the crypto channel, I have been talking about this and playing this game nonstop since it came out. Or not since it came out, but since I found it like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And this game with NFTs, I've been saying nonstop the last 2 weeks, this thing is going to be a moneymaker because there are so many ways to make money off the NFTs, off of the Gods token that they pay out itself, off of selling the cards, the NFT cards on the marketplace. And actually, I've got more ways that you can make money off of Gods and Chain, which we'll cover on the Framework Fortune crypto channel. This week I'll be doing a couple of videos, but look at that, up to $7. This thing was at $4 a couple of days ago, and this nice triangle trying to break out. Now, why was I so hype on this, and why was I so big on it? Is because of psychology of TCG players. I know a lot of TCG players, and I know when a new game starts to catch fire, that game explodes. Now, this game is set up really well to have longevity, and they're continuing to add. I mean, the game itself is still in beta. So if the game is still in beta, the Gods token just came out. It's not dropped under $4 since it's come out. It's pushing up over $7. What's going to happen? More TCG players are going to come in. The price of the token's going to go up. The price of the NFTs. We're getting more transaction volume in this stock or in this crypto. So you can see where transaction volume is a little low there, but guess what happened yesterday? Coinbase listed Gods token. Gods token 2 weeks ago was not on any exchange. It wasn't even out. Now that it's listed on Coinbase, is the first time you can buy it in America without having to go to a swap, like Uniswap or PancakeSwap. You're going to be able to make, American players are going to be trying to buy God's token because you need God's token to do some of the NFT things that make you more money. So the whole thing is just set up. But back to what I was saying just now, to wrap this all up in one nice package and put a bow in it, the money flowing, which I've been saying, I think the money is flowing out of the stock market into cryptos. I've been saying this all year because the money that's in we know for a fact. This is a fact. This is not a speculation. This is not opinion. The Federal Reserve has pumped $50 billion a month into the stock market all damn year. Probably more than that. So the stock market was going to go up regardless. And I think, and you see a lot of these big selling bars all throughout the year, I think the money's going into cryptos and NFT spaces. And we're seeing that. While everything else is crashing, this new project, Gods Unchained, is exploding. So money is moving around. And then you can see actually now the market's crashing. We're starting to turn green on a lot of cryptos at the same time. But I mentioned, so I got stopped out on BFIR. So, okay, $20 loss there. So all in all, I lost about $70 today. Still green on the week, but not a great week. That win on Monday is what's keeping me green for the week. Well, I actually didn't take any losses this week. I've been green every day. The last 3 days have been little greens. And then today, that's going to take a little bit of my profits away from the beginning of the week. But still green. Not a great week, but it's not been a great week for trading in the stock market. So, that's reflecting in my trading. And I would say today I got a little too gung-ho. Because I did have a chance to lock out profits on BFRI. I could have locked it out. Sicilian actually was right. Good call, Sicilian. You called this spot on. So I'm going to give you credit where credit's due. I was absolutely wrong on this. I thought it was going to keep ripping, but you're right. Sold off there. So nice call, Sicilian. You're new to the market. You're getting it, buddy. Well, you're not new anymore. I'd say you've been around long enough. But everything, and not even just stock market and cryptos, everything in life, because money literally is the center driving force of everything, right? Like, you can't do anything without money. You can walk outside, but you got to wear clothes, so you had to pay for those clothes. So you can't even walk outside your house without money, unless you're going to get, put in jail for being a streaker or running around somewhere naked, which nobody's going to do. So even if you don't wear clothes, you would go to jail and get a fine, so it still costs you money. You cannot leave your house without it costing you money. You can't even be in your house without it costing you money. Everything you do around you costs money. So the money flow throughout the whole entire world of everything, not just stocks and investments, you can follow those money flows. That's why I don't buy into none of the mainstream media narratives that they've been pushing this whole time, because I can go and see the money. When they're saying that we need to take, I don't know if I should say this. I'm probably going to get banned off YouTube if I say this. I'm going to use some code words. Or let me see. How can I phrase it to where... So, okay, when the bug hit and they had to come up with the vax, everybody was like, well, not everybody, but a bunch of people were like, you must get this. You must get this to save us all. That was the narrative across mainstream media. Now, if you go back and you pay attention to all the especially here lately, CNN, MSNBC, all of those, you go and watch, they'll tell you, you need to get this vax. And then at the end of that little clip, it'll be like, this episode of whatever the show's name is sponsored by Pfizer. Go Pfizer, there's a bunch of those. A bunch of where Pfizer sponsored the same news media that's telling you to go out and get Pfizer's drug. Why? Because of all the governments paid Pfizer to make this vax. So when you follow the money, you will see the truth in everything. The money is the truth. Because like I said, you can't walk out your house, you can't be in your house without it costing you money. So that is the world. No matter what, no matter the fantasy lands and everybody wanting to be as optimistic as possible and think that money doesn't control everything, it absolutely does. It does. That's just what it is. It's been that way forever in human history. I mean, look at it. We've had kings, queens, dictators, rulers, and what did they all want? They wanted more resources, more land, more gold and silver. They wanted as much money as they could make. And they control the money to make more money. So following the money will actually change your life quite a bit. But thanks for that shout out there on God's Rip and let me know that, Lightning Rick. Thank you, sir. Oh, Daniel B with a $10 tip. Thank you, Daniel B. Sicilian, it's okay, man. It's just been one bad week. It's just been one bad week in the market. Don't give up on stock trading yet. Now, if you want to get into trading cryptos and trading NFTs, that's what I have the crypto channel for. Trade both. That's what I do. I trade both. I trade stocks. I trade cryptos. I'm trading NFTs now with the Gods Unchained game. There's nothing wrong with having multiple streams of income. That's not a bad problem to have. If the stock market's a little down for the week, you can go over to crypto market and then make some profits there. So as long as it's a good thing to always add other things to trade. Like I don't like Forex or futures, but eventually I'm probably going to learn more about them just so I have that skill set, because like I've said before, as long as it can be charted, the technical analysis is going to be the same. It's going to be up trends, down trends, triangles, U-shapes. Charts are charts. It's just what they are. All you're doing is charting out the movement of money. So that movement of money, no matter what you call it, whether it's value moving through gold or value moving through the SPY or value moving through an NFT or a crypto, and it's all just money moving. So, all right, let's see. Let me get caught up with all these comments here. And also, let me check. Let's see how's it going over here on our other. There we go. Share vision. Yeah, it shows we're still going. I'm not seeing any comments from you guys in the chat. If you have any questions or anything like that over there at Share Vision, just let me know. Just refresh the chat, but I've been seeing people join the chat. I've just not been seeing any comments or anything. So just try to make sure that's working. But let me pull this up. Let's get caught up here. Ruben prefers to act as a computer, emotionless information, and that's why you're a good crypto trader, Ruben, is because when it comes to trading, that's what you want to be. You have to be a computer with no emotions. That's a lot of my losses I take are because of pure emotions. So. Nice, Lauren. I appreciate that. I don't even try to sell the t-shirts though. They're like I don't even push the t-shirts. Like you'll see me wearing one or two of them here and there, but yes, remove all the motions and learn everything. Exactly, one life. They no, the rich don't lose money. It's a tax write off, and that's not even like tax write offs and all that stuff. And I'm not an accountant. I have my own accountant that I pay for. So go and get you a good accountant. They will make sure that you are not getting destroyed on taxes. Um, Comparing Gods Unchained to Candy Crush is like Daniel B comparing Bitcoin to tulip bulbs. What's up, HH? HH must be done with the stream. Mike B, you can't play those card attack games. I'm too old. Man, you're never too old, man. You're never too old. But that's the thing with Gods Unchained. Like, I'm not trying to get everybody just to play it. I'm playing it because, I'm sitting here and editing videos and doing all kinds of things. I'm on phone calls and meetings and things like that. And there's plenty of time to where I could multitask and play it and get that extra money. I just like anything that, has some value to it. And I just see a lot of value there. But the Gods token is now on Coinbase, so you don't have to play the game to be invested in it. You can buy Gods tokens, and Gods tokens does have a hard cap. There's only 500 million Gods tokens. Period. Hard capped. The whole supply is not out because some of the supply has been locked for the rewards that they're paying out weekly for playing the game. So the supply right now, I would say, is around 40 million in Gods tokens, and that's why you see that volatility of it shooting up to 7 real hard like that. It moves dollars when it gets any buying volume. See a couple of you hollering about new. Pepsi's doing an NFT drop. Interesting. See a couple of y'all talking about new. Daniel B, I appreciate the $10 tip. It's a strange thing when you see your biggest troll that's been around forever tip you. But thanks for that, Daniel B. You guys don't have to tip or anything. I don't ask for that, but I do appreciate it. Daniel B is playing Santa, yeah. Exactly, Lightning Rick. It's all money flowing one way or the other. Um, so I mean, swing trading Sicilian is not any different than day trading. We're still going to be looking for the same patterns. Like BFRI, One Life called this the other day. Saying that it could get a pop up later in the week after it had that initial run. Well, you see it come down, let it sell off, and then when it starts to uptrend again, you could have got in like here at 450 or something and sold it today up at 650 for like a $2 profit over that 3 days. So, I mean, it's still support and resistance. It's still downtrends and uptrends. It's still U-shapes and patterns. But for a swing trade, you're not going to be looking at the 1 or 5 minute. Now, you probably want to go to the 1 or 5 minute when you take your entry or exit. But as far as while you're holding it, especially with cryptos, I like the 1 hour chart. See, I put BFRI on a 1 hour chart, and you can draw that uptrend that started that we could see it, we could see it there, but this really shows it a lot clearer, and you can see these wicks where selling pressure keeps coming in at. So that's why we knew $5 was resistance on this stock and that it would hold up as support today, or at least try to. So looking at that 1 hour chart, because you're swing trading, it's a longer amount of time that you're buying and selling the stock. So you're going to have to look on a longer time frame, right? Same thing if you're going to hold long term for 6 years, 10 years, or whatever. You're not going to be looking on a 1 hour chart at Amazon or whatever. That's like, if you're not going to be selling it for 10, 20 years, then you don't care what's happening on a 1 hour chart. So the time frames that you're using is going to be according to what you're trying to do. If it's longer term holds, of course, you're going to use the longer time frames more than you will the shorter time frames. If it's a day trade, super short hold, then you're not going to be using, I'm not sitting here looking at the daily chart all day. I usually switch it to the 15 minute and watch the 15 minute and the 1 and the 5 minute. So it's not like anything different swing trading. It's just the time amount. You're day trading, you're buying something to sell to somebody higher and a little bit later. Swing trading, you're buying something and you're looking to sell it to somebody higher over a few days or maybe a week. Long-term investing, you're looking to buy something and sell it to somebody higher over 10 years or whatever. So it's the same thing. There's no difference. This goes back to what I was saying earlier about the money flow. It's just the time. That's the only difference, is how long is the plan. Okay, let's see. What should I hang up in the background? No, I did not listen to the Senate crypto hearing yesterday. I did not hear anything about that. Well, that's true too, Lauren. I can only explain things, and I can't understand things for you. That's actually a good saying. I like that. I can explain. It's like I can lead a horse to the water, but I can't make the horse drink. So all of you horses that's been following me, when I take you to the pond, drink from the pond, you damn horses. No, I'm just kidding. Just called everybody horses. What now? I'm coming after everybody. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Where's the roast? Make fun of the hair. I neither have the time. Let's see, I neither have the time nor the crayons to explain it to you. That's mean. That's mean, Lauren, but that's funny. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day because I'm all out of the trades here. I've talked and talked and talked. Hopefully you guys got some value out of some of those lessons in there. Everybody's got their opinions again. Appreciate Daniel B for the tip. It's a little holiday tip. And still no questions or anything over there on Share Vision with you guys, huh? So I can continuously look. I just ended my stream over there. Well, anyway. That's a saying. No, Sicilian, like I said earlier, don't. I mean, if you want to take a break from day trading for a bit, take a break from day trading, learn swing trading, and learn those parts of the market. Because when you learn those other parts of trading, swing trading and long-term investing and all of that, that's also going to give you more knowledge that will be able to help you with your day trading. Because when you understand swing trading better, you'll also be able to look at the charts when you're day trading and be like, okay, is this a possible area where swing traders might be buying or selling at, right? So learning those other ways to trade and other types of assets and all of that is only going to help you across the board. Education is the most important thing. It's what separates the rich from the poor. We have a broken system. There's a fissure, of course, between the rich and the poor, but one book can have you jumping over that giant fissure from the poor side to the rich side. So, but all right, guys, appreciate everybody joining me as always. We'll be back later today with the crypto live stream at 4:30, and for the Gods Unchained players who actually want to see some live Gods content, I will be going live tomorrow morningish on the crypto channel and Twitch for probably a few hours of the weekend ranked event. See how much loot I can earn. And also Sunday, there's a tournament going on, an online tournament where the top prize is $250, I think. So I'm going to be covering that, about those tournaments, and I may play in it and live stream on Sunday too. It's usually my day off, but whatever. But you guys have a great rest of your day. See you guys back here at 4:30 Central for the crypto stream. Those of you who are into the crypto world, and those of you who are not, you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.